it's just hard to follow up with. When you have that paper, for example, some people here wrote on papers 9 months ago. But how many of you have that paper? Oh, you weren't here?
What paper?
What?
Clarify.
Even the person, even the person who gave the task to do.
Goals.
Yeah,
You mean the goals of the
settings
year.
and reflections of last year. But paper is so bland because you can't keep the paper. That's why we thought instead, what would be nice is, what are your reflections, but say them out loud, because spoken word is manifestation, right?
Wow. Spirit word.
Yes, even just the physical word. Spoken word is manifestation. So, we asked those more on the older side if they would like to give basically a reflection, but not simply a reflection. A reflection would just be, oh yeah, my year was good. I don't want just your year was good, but what did you achieve and what do you want to achieve? It looks at the past, the present, and the future. Okay? Because we're continuously growing. And I wanted that to be inspiration for the young ones, because I'm finished growing.
Alright.
I don't know about it.
Someone might disagree.
No, okay. Not spiritually, not maturity, I just meant that.
What, physically?
Physically.
Oh, right, okay.
And then I wanted to, not from my point of view, because I'm a bit cat, but from your point of view, who are going through the peak, that growth spurt, what it feels like. So yeah, that's the intentions behind this. Is it recording?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, but yes, that's what we wanted to do. So we asked 3 of you. So there's Farah, there's Olivia, and there's Kai. Kai's actually a graduate, so he's like
Hey guys.
alumnus.
I'm one of the older people.
Welcome
Yeah.
back, Kai.
He almost finished going to. So he's an alumnus coming back, but I think I want you to see the difference. These are 2 who have just finished growing in the Harp section, right? So what do they see? And then this is Kai, who's grown up past Harp, but then he wanted to see more. So what is his view of past the horizon? Okay. Yeah. And so with that, shall we begin? By the way, I've never met him before. Mati, right?
No, that's him.
Yes.
Yeah, Martin, yeah.
Mati. Oh yeah. So yeah, let's all give a round of applause to you. Thank you for coming. And let's begin with Farah. Actually, we were going to put you last because we thought you'd be late. But
Please.
you're right next to me.
No.
Oh, does anyone want to go first?
Just not fast. Like,
Olivia, Kai.
Because Kai is past the horizon, I want to put him next, like after someone.
I can go first. You can go first.
Yeah.
Olivia said you
Thank
can
you.
go first. Thanks, Olivia.
Shall I open it?
yes.
Okay. Okay, good morning everybody.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, she's fine.
I am prepped, yes I am. How are you all doing? I personally am not recovered from yesterday. If anyone was watching the football.
Oh.
Oh yeah, we won.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was crazy. The thing is there was so much like social media behind backing up Norway. So I went into the game feeling quite nervous, but that's alright. Okay, so my talk will kind of be less about this year, kind of more about like my whole life as a Harpie. I'll briefly kind of like base everything off my life as a Harpie. So I just want to get straight into say, being a teenager is hard. It is so hard. You know, teen years are probably the most difficult in life. You know, you're going through all these, you know, mood changes, and you know, you might feel like there are some obstacles in the way that, whether that's mental or physical. So yeah, like you might not be as strong as you want to be because you know you're still kind of young. You know, let's say like if you go to the gym, you might not be as strong as you want to be. Or if you're a girl specifically, you might kind of go up and down in moods depending on you know your cycle and everything. You might be comparing yourself to other people. We tend to you know compare ourselves to other people. Oh, why are they so much better at drawing than I am? Why is their hair so much more compatible than mine? Why do they look nice in that t-shirt? I don't. You know, we all, you know, tell ourselves these things because we're just feeling insecure. And you know, the list goes on. It's absolutely crazy how many people have different kind of you know insecurities and that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I want to emphasize how normal this is, how normal it is to feel this way as a teenager, and how you just gotta embrace this time where you are still a little bud, you're still like blossoming, and you know, you just gotta be patient with yourself. And for me personally, I definitely struggled with insecurities, but I wouldn't be standing here today in one piece if it wasn't for Harp. I'm gonna be honest about that. Harp has really helped me to push past those insecurities and be confident in myself, be confident in myself spiritually as well, mentally. I've been able to, you know, challenge the world. I've been able to challenge myself because Harp taught me to do that. Yeah, what I love about Harp is that they bring lots of people from across the country together. You know, different accents, different different families, different ethnicities even, because you know our community is such, you know, we're you know a broad bunch of ethnicities, you know, and they bring all those people from across the country and make them one family. It doesn't matter where you're from, it doesn't matter about your different cultures, you make them one family where we can all experience things together. For me personally, I've made lasting friendships, you know, all of you in the room, lasting friendships that I can see going on forever into the spirit world, and you know, all of that. I really feel like Harp has been able to emphasize friendship in that kind of way, connection, you know, spiritually and physically. We've always been able to support each other through the activities, different events, you know, and that kind of stuff, and talks, lectures. Talking about lectures, actually, through Harp, I have really been able to understand God and true parents a lot deeper. Each workshop or event or whatever it was kind of went about it in a different way. I got a different viewpoint because different people different talkers, different, you know, lectures. So I got a different viewpoint of each, you know, topic. So if we were talking about, let's say, the fall, you know, I would get a little piece from, you know, everyone, because of course, you know, you can't remember a whole lecture in one take, you know. So it's kind of like each lecture would have a different point that would stand out to me, and then all those points would somehow come together to connect it all together. Yeah. Some of my favorite things that I learned, which I really have been able to put in practice for, you know, like yearly workshops or yearly events that would go by, the ones that I could really put into practice were living for the sake of others, respect the elderly, love thy neighbor as you love thyself, you know, all those kind of things. And my favorite, I'm going to show you, is this one. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened to you. This is something that I've really benefited from, because sometimes you just got to ask questions. You've really got to ask questions. And me personally, when I was younger, I would finish a talk, finish a lecture, and really be reflecting, and I'd be asking questions about it, almost challenging it away, arguing with it. Why is it like this? Shouldn't it be like this? Why do I have to do this if I don't see the result as quickly as I think it would be? Well, isn't there an easy approach to it? And I'm not saying I would like argue against it. I'm not like rebelling against it. Oh no, what they're saying is wrong. But no, I would try to understand it, dissect it more in a way. And I really want to emphasize to the younger ones, or anyone in life, to really question and argue with life to get a better understanding. I would go sometimes to the older staff members or even the team leaders and just ask questions about the lecture. Why is it like this? Why is it like that? What can I do to really emphasize and put a lot of effort into what I want to do? So yeah, I really implore you to ask questions. Just best thing to do in life, you know, because knock and the door will be opened. You know, you just got to take that first step. Now that I'm older, I've definitely had a lot of thought. I've had a lot of time to think about different things, what kind of person I want to be, what kind of family I want to be, what kind of country I want to live in. And yeah, not all of those things have been answered yet, but gradually, little pieces, you know, from family members, from my own ideas, my own reflections, I feel like God is definitely working to answer those questions in the best way, in a way that I will be able to take them as well, you know, because of course if you suddenly get a revelation, this is going to be your life, it's like, whoa, it's kind of a bit too young for that, you know, to take on all that, you know, realization. So I feel like when you're young, things need to kind of gradually be introduced to you. So to finish with like Harp logistics, I feel every event, every workshop ended with a real like accomplishment, like everyone was working so hard to make this event or workshop, and people would, you know, put months into this, you know, dedication to, you know, whatever it was. And I feel like every time something went well, you know, every time it did go well, there would always be this real feel of accomplishment. People, like, I really felt that, you know, Spirit World was so happy that, you know, we had all come together and that we were all, you know, there. And it always gave me like a giddy feeling after a workshop, or even after like a service like this. I always feel like something's happening, you know, us young people, you know, through all the trials in teenagehood, we're coming together to learn the principles of life. And I really feel like over the years I've really been able to take what's coming on to me and put it into life. You know, a lot can be said, but then you need to do it. You know, you can't just receive and go, yeah, in one ear, out the other kind of thing, and you kind of forget it. So doing projects that help you to practice these morals, these values, and all that can really benefit you, you know, when you go to these. So just, I think God is really happy to see the youth from this country, or any Harp, you know, any Harp country, you know, come together to understand the principles of life. And Harp has really helped me get rid of my insecurities. You know, I'm standing here today, you know, and I really feel like people can take the next step into whatever it is, fundraising, witnessing, giving talks, anything that puts you outside of your comfort zone. Even if it's even if it's like a reflection, you know, I really struggled with reflection. So if someone, you know, at workshops when they're like, all right, reflection time, I'd be so stuck. Like I can't really dump everything in one go. I have to kind of, you know, think about each day. I kind of reflect as I go along, you know, throughout the day. So yeah, Harp has really taught me to challenge myself and, you know, challenge my surroundings. And Harp can, for the younger people, it's a great way to start your journey to really be able to find your way to true happiness, true peace within yourself, and just true love for the world, for the people around you. You know, I really built a bond of love between brothers and sisters. You know, I deeply love everyone who, you know, I shared my time with. And then you move on, but it doesn't stop after Harp, because of course after Harp you move to Carp, and we're so lucky to have, you know, a new Carp team come up, and, you know, Carp for young adults. So you're never going to stop growing. You know, you're going to keep growing into adulthood. So I really want to ask you to just like kind of summarizing it all down. Ask questions. Challenge yourself, and just trust in God. Trust that God will answer your questions. Thank you.
That is hot seat. Sit in the hot seat for now. Thank you.
Q&A.
So let's give her a round of applause. Okay. Now, that was a great talk, and I put Olivia in a hot seat so that because she just reflected on her whole Harp time, she said, and Harp reflection is really difficult for her. So actually, she did a great job, didn't she? So let's give her another round of applause. But I want us to be able to kind of grab something from that reflection, because like she said, if just things keep going by and it goes in one ear and out the other, there's no point. So we need to grab something for ourselves, otherwise we just sat through something and let it pass by like the wind. Okay, so starting from Farah.
I really like the quote that you said, ask, because I think that's something, and like what you said about challenging what's just being said to you. I mean, like not just letting it passively come at you, but also like actively challenging it, because you can't really understand something unless you can understand both sides of the argument and understand the reasoning behind. And I think a lot of people will just either agree or disagree and they don't ask, and that really frustrates me. So I really like that point. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My follow-up question is, have you asked?
I had thoughts.
Wow. Okay, popcorn somewhere. I popcorn juice.
Who looks like they want to be?
Oh.
Well, after, well,
What's your takeaway?
I mean, well, they should believe in God really, with his plan of how the life should work, or how it goes. Should believe. Shouldn't really like think that it's over, it's finished. Might always be a way.
Yeah. Can I ask as a follow-up? How, on a scale of like 0 to 100, right now, how much do you feel like that what you said is true? Or how confident do you feel in what you said is true?
75.
75? Why not 70?
Keep
I don't
asking,
know,
bro.
it's 1 out of 100, but they're hard to.
Okay,
make
out
one.
of 1 to 10. 7. So why not 6?
No. I feel like, cause I can still think that there's always going to be a way. Like I can't really, I don't know how to exactly. It's just belief. I don't know what to say.
So as in, it's not 6 because you feel like there's belief, but why not 8? Why can't you go higher? Because you hit yourself right in the middle.
I think you need to learn to believe more.
Okay, that's an honest answer, so let's give him some nice Can I give him a high five and say thank you for your honesty?
Thank you for your honesty.
Okay, and now, actually something I liked from Olivia's talk was how she was talking about
On yourself.
I am the dictator. Something I really liked about the talk, her reflection was, I think, yes, it's ask, but it comes from a heart of proactiveness, right? Proactiveness to ask. But sometimes proactivity is not easy for others. Do you agree? Somebody agree? So then, let me popcorn. How much do you feel you want to be? No. How much do you feel or relate to proactiveness? I'm changing the theme here. That's right.
Maybe like 80%, because I have a lot of things that I want to do, but actually putting them into practice maybe not all the time like that I do.
Can you hear an idea? What do you want to do?
Maybe like having more discipline with my free time. So I have a lot of ideas like, oh, I should do this and I should do that and I should do something good for somebody and maybe I should go for a walk or say a prayer or do hundake. But then I like spend a lot of time just doom scrolling or whatever it is that I push aside all the things that I should be doing. So in that sense, I'm not being so proactive.
Okay, so just like proactive on the individual level.
Yeah.
have you ever thought about looking proactiveness in a group setting or proactiveness in a community setting? Or just family setting, small setting?
Yeah, I guess. But then you need a good amount of that teamwork, cooperation.
Okay, and what do you want to do to become more proactive? Or how do you plan to move forward?
Maybe get more like accountability.
Ah, see, that's a good word. There's your accountability.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to support each other?
You're saying I'm not supportive.
Okay, but yeah, I like the word accountability there, and I appreciate your honesty. I think it's a good starting point, individual proactiveness. And so then, you can put on something.
Or me? Or Kai?
Kai, what question do you want to ask Olivia?
Question.
Choosing.
I thought you meant. I thought it was going to be a reflection.
Yeah, but to reflect on something is also good to.
Crazy.
It's kind of difficult to have questions because I've been through all this already. Maybe for you guys, I'm gonna ask, how did you overcome like insecurities, gain more self-confidence?
I did what I was insecure about, if that makes sense. Like, if I was insecure about wearing a certain piece of clothing or wearing my hair in a certain way or something, I would wear it. If I was not confident with public speaking or speaking my mind, I would talk in public. I would offer to give a talk or MC or something, and I would be honest in like team sharings. If I felt insecure about my thoughts, my opinions, I would just say it. So it's kind of like facing a fear. In order to overcome a fear, you've got to face it. So that's how I overcame my personal securities. Of course, it's not easy to do in the first go, so that's why I had a lot of support from other people. That's why I'm saying that's what I love about the Harp community, the staff members, the directors, even the team leaders. They really pushed us to challenge ourselves and overcome what we were insecure about. So
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm the one. So the question I want to ask is, how would you say, like, if you didn't go to Harp as much as you would, like, how would you overcome that obstacle?
it would have taken a much longer period of time. Probably right into my 20s.
Wow, that's pretty long.
I'd have these long-lasting, because of course family is one thing. Yes, so like even if I stayed in the community and I had a family like this, if there was no Harp, I feel like you kind of need that horizontal level in order to kind of feel comfortable with yourself. Because of course you have the horizontal with the parents and all, but parents, you know what they're like. It's kind of like you just gotta do it. Some of them may be more compassionate than others, but they're kind of just like, yeah, just do it. But sometimes the support can feel a little bit overwhelming because of the different level.
Yeah.
So sometimes having a horizontal level with accountability and support can feel a lot more comfortable for you to challenge yourself. But I know it sounds comfortable to challenge yourself, that kind of doesn't, but yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah,
It makes
I
sense.
get you. Wow.
Okay. Thank you. I was just saying to the chairs, you can turn it around.
Oh, the chair can turn it around.
But yeah. So, as Olivia's been saying, is this the first time you've given a this big talk? Or?
Wow.
Oh,
You're a confident person. Martin, give her a high five to say confident. You gotta say something. You're a confident person. You're a confident person. Thank you. Yeah. Does everyone agree that was a good first talk?
Yes.
Should we move to the left a bit?
Is it quite hot?
Yeah, because they're in the sun.
My neck.
Yeah, it's getting. Wow, thank you so much, guys.
Everyone okay?
I'm very okay.
Wow.
Abby, you okay?
That's pretty cool.
That's the
You
warm
can
side.
you can come back a
Still
bit.
pretty warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My neck is.
I think you should just tuck in more, really. Oh wow, feels good, doesn't it?
Cold seat.
Okay. So yeah, I think something I agree about what she said at the end. In my situation, in my case as well, when I look at Harp now, it is a nice low intensity environment. So then that's why I'm really proud that in this but in this really low intensity environment, that a lot of you, everyone here, I'll be your next. But everyone here,
Oh, bless.
everyone here had one go at standing in front of a stand, right? Even in just Harp. Everyone here, you're awesome. Everyone here, and I want everyone here no, as like MC what I mean. Everyone
Right.
here had an
Right.
opportunity to stand in front of a stand or stand in front of a mic. And I think that's really good. Do it now, because I feel maybe something I regret. Now this is my reflection for some reason. Something I regret is not doing that when I was young. I think I only came out and did things like Olivia was saying, it would take her long. But the school environment is just big. You can do the same things, but it's just big and higher intensity. So then it's harder to do something. When it's low intensity, take the small wins, right? So then one mentality I want you to have also, like a viewpoint or goggles to look through when you're listening to Nikayin and Farah, is, for me personally, I do not care about the result. So it's nice that Olivia has so many things she's accomplished, but more important is the mentality that she had is the journey, right? It's the mentality that she had that brought her there. Because everyone can have different journeys. The result might be completely different. For example, I, at your age, did nothing. My result was very bad. But it was the mentality that it took me just much more strength to get there. Even if it was just going from being confident with myself to being confident around my family. That's the smallest step you can see, right? Because no one can see that. Only you and your family can. And sometimes your family cannot. But it's a small step that no one can see. And then sometimes, for example, Kai, he went from a small boy in Harp to now going on in Power. That's a huge step. Now, the result is big, but is more important was that the leap he took, the mentality he gained and developed to take the leap was even stronger. And so that's what we should be proud of. So thank you for your proactiveness, Olivia. Now, let's hear Kai's story. So remember, not the result, let's look at the journey.
Daddy? Okay. Hi guys.
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah. I'm one of the elderly people here. It's unfortunate. You guys are all like little babies to me now. Crawling around. Seeing you guys. That's how I see you guys now. Yeah. It feels like such a long time. Such a long time, actually. Yeah, as you guys know, maybe, I went on mission. Been doing mission for the past 7-8 months, and it's been very intense. And I have to say, the only way I could have survived it was by becoming someone who was ready for that, and that was in Harp, actually. So yeah, in Harp, I think by far the most important thing for me was that I had older role models and people to look up to inspire me to want to become a better person. I see, like older brothers or sisters, like they are like someone that I want to be. And this was so valuable for me because without the desire to grow, without something to keep on pushing you forward, then nothing really changes. Without a direction, then you just go somewhere random, you know. Purpose and direction, these two things are very important. And you find both of those in Harp. And that was something that's really valuable. Don't avoid just like going to someone older and just being like, hey, how's your experience? How's your journey? Do you have anything useful for me? I have these things on my mind. I want to, like, do you have any guidance? Because they've all gone through what we went through, like, every single time. And they have so many life experiences, so many things that they've gained that we can receive so much. Yeah, without, I would say probably Paulo Stout. He was my mentor for a while. So it was so useful to have an older brother to learn from and to inspire me. Because I think my time in Power would have been, yeah, if I did not have like the strength within me, the desire to push forward, like this is for something greater than myself. I need to fight. I need to, yeah, like push forward in the challenging times. Fundraising especially, well, also witnessing, depending on your environment. If you ever do go and do those, that's so difficult. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. My time during fundraising was so terrible. Yeah, I mean, my experience is probably one of the worst. So hopefully you guys don't have to go through that when you do fundraising. Maybe I can share it later if you want to hear. But essentially, if I did not have like the strong will that this is for God, I want to give my life, this is how I can grow to become a better person. Without this, then probably I would have left. If I'm going to be very honest, I just would have up and left Empower, because yeah, you don't know about the difficulty until you maybe go through it. And something really valuable about mission for me was that I could understand kind of like suffering. I could understand God's heart of pain. Some moments were like really, really low points, and thinking about that is like, oh, I could like in those moments I'm like, why did I come here? Why am I doing this? I just want to go home. On reflection, I see this is something so valuable, because now I can see that this is God's heart of suffering, and that this is something that now can motivate me to change this world, to do something, to fight for a better world, to inspire you guys. Like this one quote that your father had that was like really struck me was, I'll paraphrase it, something like, I was like in like very pitiful situations, but then in those situations I was reminded that God's situation is even more miserable than mine. Because if you think about it, the heart of a parent, actually, that's also something that is something I could learn. The heart of like a parent, which we don't fully understand, like taking care of younger brothers, taking care of people who have something to give. This heart is very profound, very, very profound. And even just gaining some like insight into that allowed me to see this world. So many people are having difficulties, and if I can take on some of that responsibility to comfort people's heart, to comfort God's heart, then this is something that I can give my life towards. Yeah, like I realize now that this is honestly the only path I can take. A life lived for the sake of other people. Doing this is really the only way to bring you actual happiness. Because so many things in this world bring you happiness. It's like that. I don't know, watch a YouTube video. Eat some junk food. I don't know. Many things that just give you like instant gratification. And so many people seek that. So many people just only live their lives seeking that. And if they ever took time to look internally, they see still something is missing. Something within that is missing. And there's only one thing that can fill that void, and it's true love. If you, even in like such a difficult situation, if you can give your heart, if you can share and try to give other people happiness, then there'll be a channel directly from God to you, because this thing is the most valuable thing. This is the thing that God sees most like beautifully. This thing, being able to give yourself even when you have nothing to give, or even when you have no energy to give, still being able to do that, then you receive from God so much. This is something that you can only truly understand if you like have experienced it properly. For example, doing this shit. But I really want to emphasize this can be practiced now, that you do have a lot to give. You guys are in an environment, Harp, which is like completely different to the world. You have people around you who are also like inspired to grow, to become good people. Just in general, I don't want to sound arrogant, but we are usually like have a higher standard, higher moral standard than people around us. And this is an opportunity where we can learn to love and learn to give, and we can learn these lessons to. Yeah, we understand about true love, about selflessness, and through this we can become better people. Through this we can become truly happy. This is something especially I realized in witnessing. I was in Moldova. Maybe you guys saw me a couple of times in the EU weekly news. A lot of the guests that we had came from like broken families. Like quite a few people have like no father, or it's like separated, or something is going on, and you can see that their worldview is like kind of shifted, kind of different because of that, and they're really open to love. This is the foundation, this is the core thing that I could see, that love moves people's hearts. We say it in one of the family pledges, but this is really real. If you, like, people really, we're just seeking for love, and we have that to give. We have something to give. So I want to make the world a better place. I think you guys too do as well, to some extent. But that's of course, takes time, takes maturity to expand. But if you're able to invest now, to love other people, to push yourself, to challenge your limits, then in the future you will look back and be like, thank you to my past self who gave so much. And yeah, that's what I want to emphasize. You guys have so much to give, all of you. Even if you don't think, just you guys have a much stronger foundation than most people as well. In which case, have some self-confidence, have some certainty that God is in our lives trying to work for us, that we have so many people in our lives who also want the best for us, who want us to grow, become better people. Because challenges will come, and it's better to be able to respond well to those challenges. Yeah. Did I say what I was meant to say?
I'm done. What is your reflection on that?
Of this. Yeah, like I think because I quite struggle with like getting out there, so like yeah, it's good to know that other people like were bad at, not bad, like other people struggle, and like because some people like they look like they don't struggle, but like they are. So yeah, it sort of like gives me hope.
Get out there means in a more people environment.
Yeah, I guess.
Thank you for coming today. Yeah. Everyone give her a high five. Say thank you for coming.
Woo!
Thank you
for coming.
Yeah. It's true. Even I struggle. Hey, how much did I struggle? Actually, you wouldn't know.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I very struggled. And then I came here.
Struggle never stops.
Yeah. But I'm not saying that as a joke. I'm not saying that as a joke. I genuinely had a problem. Genuinely had a problem. If you ask our Pastor Franklin, Uncle Franklin, he had some trouble with me. But yeah. But something like Kai gave many valuable points. Oh, Abigail, first popcorn someone and then us. Farah. Okay. Kai gave many valuable points. And then it's easy. Something I don't like people doing is when it's something you agree with. What?
You're just saying that, like, what if someone does that? Something that you discourage people to do.
Okay, in a nice way to say it. Something I discourage people to do. But it's just, when you hear something you agree with, what does your brain do? Meets it. It's like, because you agree, you let it slide. You don't eat it. If something is nice food, you just say yes to it. But you don't think, oh, I like it because it tastes like this and it makes me feel like this and it just makes the memories come back. No, you just eat it. So then, in order to really reflect on what Kai said, you need to digest. But first you need to chew, which means break. So then, it's not, yes, I agree with it. It's, I do like it, but I want to break it down. To break it down, I can then build it back up. So then how can I add to it? It's a good way to reflect on something as well. So then, Farah, when you saw Kai's journey, what did you like about, not the result, so he did many things clearly, many good things, but what did you like about the journey he made towards doing that? What, it could be something stood out or something you personally wouldn't do.
Wouldn't do?
Yeah. That's another way to break it down. Something I wouldn't do initially, because maybe that's not how you're programmed to. But now that you've heard it, you might want to try it.
Probably your point about like relying on older mentors, because I struggle with reaching out sometimes. And I like how you mentioned how that's like quite a pivotal part of your journey, like having an older role model to look up to and kind of guide you or to help you steer you in the right direction. And I could feel that was like quite meaningful to you and your journey. I think that's something I want to add to mine.
Okay, but it's nice to say, but then what do you see? Like, who do you feel like you could entrust yourself and your life to?
She doesn't have to share that.
So deep.
Wow.
Previously,
No,
okay. I was going to say about it.
But yeah, that's what you have to think about.
Okay.
So yes.
I choose this person as my mentor forever.
Yeah. That's good. But other people are, I know me and Bea aren't around as much. Bea has much of a better smile than me, so she's more approachable.
Because you're mean.
Yeah. And being on my resting place is also mean, apparently. But yeah, while we're here, take the, ooh, it's like Elizabeth.
Yeah, I might be actually.
While we're here, take the opportunity.
Should we?
I may not be here long. They may not be here long. Because we moved, so it's hard for us to commute. But yeah, take the opportunities while the older members are around. Now, do you mean like, question? Or do you mean someone more close by?
Close by today. So like what they went through, like they went through what we went through maybe just a couple of years ago, maybe even less. So yeah.
So parents are good, but an older brother or older sister is a different perspective. Okay, popcorn for me.
Olivia?
Okay. I like what you said about the fact that we have higher standards than most people in the world. Because I feel like we as BCs have, you know, like a reason to like go to church. We have a reason to go to these events, even hang out with each other. You know, there's this special bond. You know, I hear a lot of people saying, oh, if I were to choose to go with a hangout with my school friends or my Harpy friends, I'd definitely go with my Harpy friends. You know, there's definitely this connection that we have within each other, which you will not get in school life or, you know, in club life or whatever. So I really feel like we have these standards, you know, like I was saying, the goal to go to church, you know, because we want to connect with God, we want to connect with your parents, we want to learn something. Even though you've been at school all week, you still go to church to sit down for, you know, 45 minutes to an hour, you know, lecture about, you know, true parents or heavenly parent, or even if it's a testimony. I've had many, you know, lectures where they were just testimonies. So, you know, we all have this desire for this kind of spiritual nourishment as well. And also partly what Abby was saying, you know, connecting to that was we have a reason to like go out in the world. We have a drive to go out, you know, and see the world, get to know different people, different cultures, or whatever. Many people, yeah, sure, they would like to travel, they'd like to get to know different people, but I feel like for us it's slightly different. You know, for us, you know, through fundraising, through witnessing, we really get deeper on that point. So yeah, I like when you said that we have higher standards, that really got me thinking what that means. Yeah.
I do agree with that. But at the same time, I'm always very hesitant about that statement. Because just a quick insider of Mambo. Why I like witnessing is because, right, we're supposed to be higher standards because we have a truth that should make us closer to God, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean we are, right? And sometimes when I go into the world, for example, my closest uni friends, they have, I would say, as good of a standard as I, but they didn't have the principle. So then when I see people like that, I go, wow. So that's pretty cool. That's why I like to speak to people who I don't know out in the world and witness, because I can find, they're like gems. I had a cheat code basically. I could just read this book, practice it, and learn. They didn't have the same cheat code, but they grew up as good as me. How is that possible? This is what makes me want to go, wow, and learn about different people. So yeah, do keep it in mind. You have a good standard next to you that you can follow, like model. You have models, true parents. But like I was saying, don't make it a point of arrogance. Like you do stand above the people. Okay, Nia? But yeah, popcorn someone.
Yeah.
Yay. Well, I'm interested in how you went on in power. Like, was it like just strength and will you were born with, or like was it a set of circumstances specifically, like what made you want to go, or did you put yourself out there? Like, did you want to already, or what was your like drive to do so in a like curious sense? or
So when I was born, the first words out of my mouth were, "I want to join a power." In the future.
oh really?
Yeah.
Sick.
Maybe she can sit there.
Oh,
For real, it was 100% my environment. My older sister, did done gap year program, so I always knew I wanted to do a gap year program.
Oh,
Kind of like I see the growth that comes from it, and I didn't want to offer a year of my life to God. For me, it's something important, just to really understand about the heart, especially on the first film. My parents, they did a lot of mission, and going through that now, like how my parents, when they got blessed, that was when people had to do this formula course, which means 7 years of fundraising or witnessing. 7 years? Like we don't have that requirement. We don't have to do any. So at the very least, I think it is 1 year. And going through that, I can see really how strong my parents are. Yeah, like I'm just like, you know, so insane. The first gen, there are so many stories from their time that also like gems, and for some reason we don't go to them so readily. I mean, actually, something I wanted to mention was this kind of things like consistency in terms of my time when I was a teenager in Harp. Because of my environment, I think I'm grateful to. I had like consistently something that pushed me forward. So there was never really like one point where it's like a big leap,
yeah,
but more just bit by bit. You get that?
yeah.
Important to be consistent. I wanted to mention that, but I went off the rails.
Wow. Yeah,
Good
thank you.
question.
Matthew.
I like how you mentioned, like, when you said that you're doing the fundraising and you just felt like you just didn't want to continue, but you did anyways. I like that was good.
Actually, that's pretty good. I had a question for you. Because, no, you're right, you're 7 out of 10, but now hearing how he struggled, but he still put his absolute faith into something that he couldn't see and he couldn't feel until afterwards.
Maybe I could explain a bit more. Actually, there's for later, but to give some proper insight about how it works. Because, sorry, what are you gonna say?
Alright, don't
It's not
expand, bro.
exactly
It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then, having seen that, do you think that one day you'll turn your 7 into an 8?
Probably.
Are you confident about that?
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Because it's good to have the question about confidence now, basically. I don't know, I'm making it seem like a choice, but it's very serious. Because when you're confident now, but you're not confident in your confidence. Okay, when you have faith now, but you're not confident about it, then something breaks it, then it goes. So like you were saying, just bite what you can chew. Because if you feel like, oh, I'm going to do this and this and this and this and this, but then your faith is so fragile on like sticks, then as soon as something breaks it, you're out. But Kai kicked in because he was doing the consistent. I remember Alex's sermon, and he was talking about a mountain or hill or something, and he was saying, if you have a triangle that looks like an icicle, a stalagmite, you know, the ones that come up, and then you just whack it, it cracks. But if you have a triangle that looks more like a hill, then when you hit the top, it will move. Right? So then, why I ask it to you now, and I pressure, is because this is the single question I feel like one of the most important you should ask now. How confident am I in what I believe? Because if you're not confident now, you will be less confident later when the world moves faster. Is what I wanted to say. Yes. You had an extra part, but you can say it later. But yes, thank you for sharing. Yes. I saw you gave 900 lectures in the past
That's-
3 months.
I don't know where they came up with that number. They made that up. We did like 200 maybe, which is still a lot.
Well, that's still. Yeah, only
we were there for like 4.5 months, which means 20 lectures a day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
bless.
oh
Wait,
my
wait.
gosh.
That's if it was true.
Yeah.
That means it means like 6 lectures a day. Some days we did that actually.
So it kind of is true.
But
So yes, thank you guys for your story. And then last but not least. There's no hot seat, please. This is taking time.
Or Kai can swap. Kai can go there.
that's it there.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Does the hot seat matter? That seat's also kind of
Yeah.
hot.
It's good for the camera.
Yeah, for the camera.
Okay. Okay. At first in the morning, I was very scared because I was the 3rd youngest person sitting at this table, and I thought, what was the point of me giving this talk? But it's okay because now Abby and Elizabeth came as well, so actually, hopefully, someone can take away something from this. Reflection. Yeah, I think that's something that a lot of people have been shouting at me recently because I want to study medicine, and that's like a very important part of like applying for medicine is reflecting on your experiences. So it's something I've been thinking about a lot. Popped up on my TikTok For You page today. Yeah. To reflect, just to show how relevant it is. And I think to reflect on this year, almost exactly a year ago from today, I was sitting on a flight to Japan to what was going to be probably one of the longest summers away from home that I've ever had. It was not very unsurprising, but it ended up happening unexpectedly, and that was because I went on a few workshops and I went on pure water, and that's a whole huge experience. And like being in Champyong and surrounded by the community for like so long, you kind of forget about the whole world. You're in your own little bubble, and everyone's so excited to be there, and everyone's so passionate, and everyone just cares and loves each other so much. And then having to go from that extreme to like school immediately in September, like day 1, was such a big shock to me, and I kind of realized like, oh wait, this is how the real world works, and I forgot about that, and I forgot that not everyone is able to have the same experience I was able to have, and it made me really sad. And so I went into my new school year thinking that I want to show what I was able to gain in that summer to everyone else around me, especially in school. So one of the first things I did was actually join my school's Christianity club. I thought that was really important to do because I thought, actually a bit of a flashback. Back in year 7, it was COVID time. This is like relevant context, background information. When people asked me what my religion was, I would kind of skirt around the topic. And I would say, yeah, I'm like kind of a Christian, we're like kind of non-denominational, like, yeah. And then my friend was like, oh, like, what exactly do you believe in? And then I was like, so, yeah, we have like, we believe in like true love, and we have this thing called like true parents, and true parents? And I was like, yeah, it's a church founded in like South Korea! Because one of my friends had a niche interest in cults. So that was a really good way. She was like, you're a Mooney! Yes, I am. So I go to an all-girls school. Word quickly spread around that, oh, she's the girl who's like in a Mooney, like she's in a cult. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Year 7, year 8. I had people come up to me and they're like, Farah, I heard you're gonna get an arranged marriage. Are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. I was unrelated, I was talking to my school counsellor one time even, and I was just talking about life, and she's like, oh yeah, I heard about like your religion. And I was like, yeah, it's a South Korean church, because I was kind of like just saying it because everyone kind of knew, and she's like, the Unification Church, right? Like my cousin almost joined that cult. And I was like, wow, this is like really, really well known. Like, so that was kind of like year 7, and you know, when everyone's like accusing you like she's in a cult, blah, 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 and like saying that kind of stuff, and I'm like 11, 12 years old, and I'm not really that secure in my faith, and this is kind of what you're talking about, being confident in your faith. That kind of knocks you down, because I didn't know what to say, I didn't know how to react, and I kind of just like kept to myself. And it was only until really later when I matured, and also like my whole year cohort matured, and we realized like it's not actually that big of a deal. And I think one of the most defining moments that kind of stays with me is I was in the art room with my friend one time, and they spilled paint on their jumper, and I offered immediately. I was like, oh, I'll just like rush, like I'll just wash that off for you, like, because it's the end of lunch break, like we have to run off to class. And then my other classmate in the classroom literally looked at me dead in the eye and was like, why are you so kind? And that really hit me, because I thought, why wouldn't I? Because I'm doing nothing, I'm just standing there. I might as well just like, takes nothing from me just to do my other friend a favor, just to wash their jumper. And I realized that this kind of, my way of like showing kindness and living for the sake of others was an example for people to realize like, oh, there's like more to it, like there's a reason. Yeah, I was able to become a role model for people to look up to, like as an act of kindness. And I think my friend really realized that, oh, she's talking about her church, and that's kind of where she got it from. I think that kind of clicked for her, and that kind of clicked for me as well, that this was like something so out of the norm for other people. So I kind of started things, and that was the background information. So now here comes year 12, summer, September, and I joined my school Christianity club, and I find myself kind of really out of place because I don't really know the Bible, I don't really know any quotes or anything, and I'm still like, oh, what church are you? And I'm like, I'm explaining, but people look at me weird, and like, that's a bit heretical, but they don't say it, but like I can tell they're thinking it. But I also decided to go to Bible study every Wednesday morning at school, and that was quite interesting. And it was there really where I kind of realized my lack of knowledge in terms of DP and Bible, because I wanted to join in on the discussion of like what I learned in DP, like Cain and Abel, and then you learn about all these things, and like Elijah and the second coming, and I realized I don't actually know the proper way to express this. Like I have this perfect opportunity, I'm sitting down with a bunch of my peers, and we're discussing the Bible, we're discussing the word, and I'm not in a position to actually share what I know, because I don't actually have a proper understanding of it. It's just words and phrases that are thrown at me, but deep inside I don't actually know. And I think that's something moving forward in the future I need to work on. I need to kind of go back to the textbook in a way, but also materialize it within me, my actual understanding of like DP and things I've learned, so that when I come back to school, hopefully next September, I can actually have another go and actually have a proper explanation for things and talk to people about it. But I think there's a lot I could learn as well from going to Christianity Club, reaching out to people at my school, because they taught me things I would never know. I was able to go to their church as well, and it was quite interesting seeing my friend's church, because it was a youth gathering as well, and it was amazing to see how kind of like full of life and passion they are. It was a worship service, and there were young people in the band and singing up on stage, and people were playing games with each other, and then it came to the sermon, and the guy who was giving the sermon was just so passionate and engaging, and I could see people were really like taking in what they were hearing, and that really inspired me, because I thought, wow, I feel like, no offense, but we don't always have that here. And I thought, so this is how they're doing it in all these other churches. We're missing out too. It's not just that we have something to give them, we have stuff to learn from them as well. And so I think something I could take away from this year, reflecting on me trying to reach out to other people, is also I have a lot to grow and learn too. And I think something hopefully you guys can take away is to also reach out to other people, not just in a witnessing sense, because I found out very quickly I'm not in a position to witness yet, but also to have those foundations and to build those connections with people around us, because you can learn a lot, and I really, really encourage you to do so. Yeah, that's kind of it. That was very quick.
there's a. Actually, I shouldn't speak.
What?
Let's go around.
I think I had a question.
Mhm.
So I was very inspired about how you said how openly you spoke about this kind of, oh yeah, like I'm in a unification church, because I know I've had similar experiences. Yeah, I have Christian friends and I'm like, oh, are you Christian? It's like, sort of, kind of. But I think from what I heard, it sounded like you were quite confident with it. But would you say that you would have said anything differently, or like looking back at how maybe your 11 or 12 year old self had explained it, would there have been anything different you would have said, or maybe a different way you would approach it? I don't know if that makes sense.
I think I wouldn't have owned up for it to being a cult so quickly. I wish I
Right.
was able to not let people have the chance to misunderstand, because that kind of lasted quite a while, and it wasn't until like I was able to have proper deep discussions with my friends, because we've all matured, so that they could actually understand what church meant to me. Because a lot, like, people just called it a cult, and I just accepted that. I didn't want to argue back. I didn't really correct them. And I mean, like I said, I wasn't also like mature enough in my faith or confidence to do that.
Yeah.
But I wish I was, so that I could. I think that would have saved me a lot of trouble. But I mean, I didn't have to be confident in my faith to stand up for it. I could have just said, well, this is something I care about, and like, what? Just don't call it a cult, please.
Yeah.
But thanks.
Yeah, I think it's quite inspiring how, like, even though when she was like younger, like and like people like sort of looked down on her for her beliefs, like she's now, she joined her like religion group in school, and like even though she didn't exactly understand everything at first, like she felt sort of like left out almost, from my understanding. Like she just kept trying to like understand, she kept trying to like she wanted to learn more, and like she's doing that. I find that really inspiring.
I think it was very smart on your behalf to join the Christian, group when you returned from Korea. Because yeah, like you were saying, you didn't know so much about the Bible. You know, like my Christian friend, she could just pop up quotes. I remember I was having quite a debate with her actually about, because she doesn't believe that, we can ever be healed. She believes that she's a fallen child, that she must suffer, that she must, work hard to, wait for the coming of Jesus and all that. But I was saying, no, the Messiah is on earth, and, I myself am, rid of sin and all that. But she was like, no. So we were having quite a debate, and she was just throwing all these quotes at me that I couldn't quite argue back with them, because she was like, oh, but in the Bible it said this, and I couldn't really argue against that, so almost I lost the debate, yeah, so like I think it's really important that us unificationists study the Bible as well, because what your father did when he made the DP was take stuff from the Bible and kind of simplified it in a way, but yeah, it's really important that we learn the Bible. And yeah, I liked how, I mean, I guess you have those post workshop blues, especially, I mean, I've never been to Korea, but I can imagine Korea is absolutely like crazy. So going home, you must feel quite uneasy, and I was like, oh, what is this world I live in, kind of thing. So yeah.
Can I add on as well? Because I think it's not just Christian groups. I also joined ISOC in my school, which is the Islamic Society, because I thought I have to have a foot in like all camps.
Yeah.
Right? And actually, one of my close friends in school, she's like, not quite sure what the word is, like very strict Muslim. Like she fasts twice a week because of like that's what Prophet Muhammad did. And actually, some of the most insight I've gained about my view of my faith was actually having discussions about faith with her, and like talking about Jesus, or talking about prophets, or talking about God and like free will, and these kind of more general broad topics. They kind of really inspired me to look at my own like kind of beliefs, and like to dissect what I was kind of told to believe, or like to to really reflect on that as well. So yeah, it's good to reach out. Christianity, but also Islam is there too, and like I have Jewish friends, like everyone,
all
atheists
religions,
too,
all
like
just- yeah.
everyone. You can gain a lot from everyone.
Keep doing that YouTube, keep going to different religions. It's pretty good that you can do it now. It's pretty amazing. I think looking back, I don't think I could. Although I did. Because I had no choice, but I think it's pretty good. When you have experience of multicultural, then you realize not just our limitations as our church, but also as in not just our advantages, but also our limitations. That's the key. So I appreciate you two doing that. Thanks.
I don't know what to take in really. I could lie and say I feel like I learned something. I mean,
From the set food.
not really. It's just nothing really. I don't know. I mean, it's relatable, but not really. Like,
Yeah,
I could lie and say
what was not relatable?
like how everyone interrogated you at school when you said you were in a cult. Like I also said the same thing. I was like to my friends, "Oh yeah, I'm in a cult." They didn't really care. Like they play football at lunchtime. Like, I don't. It's not really relatable, but yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But if you were in her situation, what would you have done?
Well, I wouldn't have went to the school counselling. I would just.
Oh, that
call-
was a separate issue.
Oh, okay.
I was already there and she brought it up.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. Bring Farhad with me to the Christian class.
Witness for everyone.
I mean, that's probably what I would have said. I don't know. Is it after school or is it like during lunchtime? Is
What?
the club?
The
The
club?
club, yeah.
Lunchtime and before school, and then there's also a trip.
Yeah, bring them on the trip, like, you know, for, I don't know.
Very good. But at least have the plan in mind. It's nice to think in the future. If that happened to you, or if that happened to me, for example, what would I do? Because you can learn from each other's experiences. But it's fine if you don't have anything relatable. Because when two people are just personalities or experiences don't match, you shouldn't force a relation. Otherwise you're creating a connection that doesn't make sense to you. You'll forget it anyways, but it doesn't make sense, and sometimes it can make you go the wrong way because it's a bad connection. Yeah, thank you. Olivia?
How do you think, because you said that you didn't really understand the Bible before when your friends were like, you know, saying stuff, and now that you've gone to the Christianity club or the Bible study, and even with your Islamic friends, do you think it's like changed your view on anything, even if we do stuff in the church, and like how?
I think it's really made me appreciate the Bible specifically, because I haven't really read the Quran much, but looking at the Bible specifically, I think it's really made me appreciate the foundation of like Christianity and like that this is like what like 1 billion people in the world believe in and like what they follow, and it's really made me appreciate kind of their point of view, because I don't know, growing up I used to think of them as quite other, but they're our brothers and sisters too. They think pretty similarly too, and we all have the same common goal at the end of the day. Peace on earth is one of them. So it didn't really change my view. So if anything, it changed my view of our church, but of like in terms of, I think we also have a lack of foundation. A lot of Harpies, might I say. Like I was quite shocked seeing like my friends, like Christian friends, they know their Bible quite well, they know their foundation quite well, and I feel like it's something a lot of Harpies struggle with, myself included. So that kind of made me wish that we had that such a strong foundation too. Same with my Islamic friend too. She's so strong-willed in her faith. It's like she's so persevering in everything. Like fasting twice a week in school, like on a regular basis, is something like let alone Ramadan, like everything else. And she does her 5 a day prayers. Like she stops class, she leaves, and she prays, and she comes back. She does everything so seriously and dedicated. It's like really inspiring to see.
kind of agreeing with Neil's point. So like, all girls school must be rough, man. I remember when I said, I think I was year 8, I don't know. When someone said, "Oh, what religion are you?" and I said it, like they were just like, "Okay, like, can we just like go to the course at like really lunchtime?" Like, that's it. Like, it didn't really go on. It didn't. I think that bit they did say, "Oh, isn't that a cult?" And I just said no, and they're like, "Okay."
What? All right, bro.
That's it. Like,
You just accepted it.
I don't know how did you get to your teachers.
That was yeah, but I think that might have been like teachers are meant to like know that kind of stuff, so she wanted to hear it from me directly. And
I thought it just sounded a
but
bit
it
too
was
much.
just like one counsellor. I think someone might have reported it to like the counsellor. That counsellor was like also a really bad counsellor. She had no like, what's that thing like you're not meant to like tell other people like
Anonymous.
privacy, anonymous like.
Oh.
No, she didn't really care about that kind of stuff. So I reckon someone else in her counselling meeting was probably like, "There's this weird girl in my year group, and she's talking about how she's gonna get married off."
Oh my god.
And she was like, "I know who this is."
Oh.
That's what I assume probably happened, because I don't think any of my other teachers do know. But,
Also, you mentioned was it about like your was it his friend was like really strong. It was like really just reminding me because like there's a big mix in my school, for example. It's like well, in like my friend bubble for like 7 people, like half of them is Islamic. Like it's like was it? It's like community really. Like we all have, I mean we share goals. Like I mean you said peace on earth. Also like there's many shared like obviously they believe in Jesus as well. Like they believe the prophet. We don't believe something else. But like we still share like many things. I mean many people on like even like in the UK they always say or get Islamic people out or immigrants in general. It really should be unified. Like shouldn't be dividing.
Great.
Preacher.
Need to get you on that preacher squad.
Thank you. Fine.
Yeah. Your point at the end reminded me of my witnessing time. Moldova is majority Christian, and there's so many Christians with that strong faith. And something I realized is that Christians, why do they have such strong faith? Literally, we don't have this. We like this for the most part. They have a lot to be like admired about that. Yeah, like we really do need to learn from them, and I like that point because if you look at it like objectively, a lot of their understanding is kind of like inconsistent, especially when you understand the DP. You realize, oh, this thing it all makes so much sense, and it's just like there's not as much clarity within Christianity or Islam, and yet even though they don't have this core truth, it sounds like such strong conviction. And this is something we're missing as well. So, yeah. Actually, question: do you have any idea how to gain this conviction, this strength?
Ooh. Not really. But I think for me personally, I know it's because of my own lack of understand. And I think also I think maybe something that other groups may have is probably like strength in numbers in a way. Like they have such a huge community, and we're pretty lucky as well. Like River South or like London, UK as a whole, we are actually compared to other communities around the world, like of our church, we have quite a big community, and I think we should use that to our advantage. But something that other religions may have is like you can connect to someone anywhere in the world. Like you're a Christian here or you're a Christian over there. Like okay, maybe you're Catholic and then the other one's like Protestant, but like like at the end of the day, it's all Christianity, and I think they have that more global kind of perspective, and I think that's something that we are missing. And to have that kind of conviction, we have to have like a strong sense of community behind it as well. But I'm not really sure.
I agree with that. I have a lot to say, but I think one thing I want to impart to you is just, when you were saying, wait, I'm sure that a lot of us have been to many DP lectures, right? Or have heard some teaching of the DP more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times, right? But then to spew it back out, so then in medicine, we have this, actually I don't know if it's medicine, maybe I heard it before that, but we have this mindset, see one, do one, teach one. So then, when you see someone do a procedure, you only get to see it once. The next time you should be doing it. That's the fastest way to go in medicine, because you can't spend all your time seeing hundreds of them being done, otherwise you won't have the experience for when you need it later. That's why see one, do one, teach one. So even though I know all of you have heard many lectures, and then that's what I was saying before, it's easy when you heard the same content or content you agree with to let it go by because you're used to the taste. Go beyond that. You're all confident, clearly you're all confident people. You have taken many steps this year, well, that I could see, and probably even before that. So then I want you to, you've all seen one now, do one. But because do one and teach one, like teaching is different. Explaining to yourself is the doing. How can I explain it to someone younger than me? It could be in the church. Or how can I explain it to my brother or sister? Or even my parent, because they may not understand as well as you do. And then stand up here again and teach one. That's what I want all of you to do in the future. Because like True Mother wants us, or True Mother wanted of you guys, she wanted to be young leaders of the next generation. And I know all of you have the potential 100%, because you can all stand up here to MC, and then you can all stand up here to give a testimony. It means all of you can stand up here to teach. You have the content right next to you, and you have the confidence to be able to stand up already and to go out and talk to friends of different cultures, different people, ethnicities, different family backgrounds. It's just a small step, just piece it together. So then that's why I hope you can digest, not just when you receive content, digest it, but how can I explain it to myself, or how can I explain it to others? Not just understanding. It's where I want you to go. I really hope you can become new leaders of the next generation. So let's see when you want to teach one. Christianity is pretty difficult. I think is a big topic in itself, how our church can be better. But that's for you to pour into your lives, into the community. So we've heard 3 good talks. Now pick the best.
Oh.
Okay.
This is why I don't want to pronounce you.
That's mine for sure.
Joking. All of them, you had something that you could relate with and something that is hard to relate to. So then always pick the best of what you can from all of them. And I think I should stop talking, so let's get Bay something to say.
I think Mama said everything.
And with that, shall we finish up?
Yes.
Am I praying? Okay. Please join me in prayer. Dearest Heavenly Parents, thank you for all the love you've given to all of our Harpies sitting here today, and giving them the strength to stand here and stand strong in their own individual life circumstances. Thank you for all of the support you've given to them, and for guiding them to the places they can stand upon now. And through their experiences, Heavenly Parent, clearly they didn't give up on you, and so thank you for not giving up on them. Your whole heart has been poured upon them, so let them continue to pour your heart to the people around them. Let them show how beautiful our community is, and let them show how beautiful your principle is. Let us live with the life of living for the sake of others, to show them that the peace in the world is possible, and it starts with them, and then that we can pass it on to others, like a tradition that can be bequeathed to brothers and sisters and aunties and uncles, even down to sons and daughters or nephews and nieces below them. That everyone can see and bask in the same beautiful energy, and that we can all become the best loving people ever. Heavenly Parent, let's make our True Mother proud by becoming the best possible sons and daughters of Heavenly Parent and yourself, true parents that we can be, so that we can put smiles on their faces, and so that we can give them the strength to be able to entrust us with the future of Heavenly Parent's dream. Heavenly Parent, let's continue to strive to every day towards becoming as best as we can be preachers, lecturers, and models of the principle and of the word, so that every person on this planet can see us, can see you through us. Heavenly Parent, let's model our lives as true parents did, our true father and true mother, and give them all the strength we need to be able to stand strong in your presence and in the presence of those who may not know you. Let us bring all your children back home and create the one family under God. Dear Heavenly Parent, I report this praying gratitude in my name and book channel, blessed family, and your Holy Mother. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.